Hello YouTube, it's time for another walk and talk video. This time I'm coming to you from Futako-Tamagawa again. This is close to where I live in Tokyo. As you might have noticed, the location of these videos isn't as important as in my regular walking videos. These videos are more about the talk than the walk, and I hope that's okay with you. But this is a nice little river area, not too close, not too far from my home, and I actually often come here when I want to take a little walk and clear my mind. I think it's a really nice neighborhood. So today I am going to answer some questions I got about my YouTube channel, as well as the equipment I use, which seems to be very important and interesting to many of you, considering the number of questions I got about these things. So first of all, the idea behind this channel when I started it was basically just to get some way to record my time living in Tokyo, because even though I've been here for quite a long time now, I don't think I will stay here forever, and I know that I will miss this city extremely much when I move. So then I feel that it's good to have some of it recorded, so that I can experience all these neighborhoods and walks again. It was never really my goal to get a lot of viewers or, grow a big subscriber base. That was not the idea when I first started this. This was just purely for my own purpose, to be able to record and save things for my own benefit. But of course I'm really excited and grateful that so many of you are following me now. I will soon pass 20,000 subscribers, I think, which is insane, and I'm just really grateful for each and every one of you, and especially the ones of you who write interesting comments or tell me about your own experiences living here. That's always a joy to see that my videos bring back those kind of memories to so many of you. So please keep the comments coming. And a little bit about my equipment. So these days I'm shooting almost everything on just a simple Osmo Pocket, which is this tiny little stabilized camera, and I attach an external mic to that, because the built-in audio of the Osmo Pocket is pretty poor. So I'm using this microphone instead, and hopefully it sounds good enough. So I did for a while shoot with a much bigger setup. I was using a Fujifilm X-T3 with a wide-angle lens and a external gimbal stabilizer. But that setup is pretty bulky, and it was just such a pain to carry it around. And right now I feel that the main purpose or the main concept that I want to stick to is simplicity. Like, I don't like editing, so that's why I'm using this format instead. I'm gonna sit down here for a minute and take a little break. So that's why I'm just posting these without any editing, straight from the camera. I mean, I could make things much more interesting, I guess, visually, but then I could never post as frequently as I'm doing now. Like then maybe it would be like one video every 2 weeks if I had to edit and make everything look really cool and interesting. And the same with what I'm saying. Like, I stumble on the words a lot, and maybe that's annoying to some of you, but then again, like this, I want to keep it as normal and natural as possible. And I don't script anything. It's just straight from my mind, and I say whatever comes to mind. And same with the camera equipment, like carrying around that big and bulky setup with the Fuji camera. I mean, that was giving me a much better image quality for sure. But I think the key here is, as long as things are good enough, they don't have to be perfect. And that's kind of the philosophy that I'm definitely using for this channel. as well. Like it's not, it's not the best camera, but it's good enough. It's good enough to, feel like even 10 years from now, I think the image quality I'm getting with this, at least it's in 4K and 60 FPS, and I think that will look quite good even 10 years from now. So it's definitely good enough. And same with the format of these videos. I will just respond to some of the questions that you are sending me, rather than trying to make it as the most exciting and coolest video around, because there's a lot of people doing that, and they're probably doing that way better than I ever would. So I'd rather prefer to just keep things as simple as possible and be able to stick to a high pace of production and posting regularly, rather than trying to make the most exciting and awesome edited footage out there. That's not my goal here. There's one photographer who I find very inspiring. He's on YouTube. His name is Sean Tucker. He's British, and I watched his videos a lot, and I really agree with pretty much everything he says in his video. I'll put a link to it in the description, and maybe as a card here as well. But especially one quote from one of his videos, I think it's like, done is better than perfect, and that's definitely the philosophy that I'm going for as well. Like the goal here is just to make videos and get them out there, and I know that by doing so I will slowly but steadily get better at this as well. So the videos I'm making today are probably the worst videos I will post on this channel, and maybe a year from now it will be really difficult to watch these videos again, but that's just the nature of things. I think that's the only way I can grow as a creator, by just do the best I can, and but still at the same time keep it simple, but do it in a way that makes it fun to me to produce and publish these videos. If I start, raising the bar and just I want to make the perfect walking video or the perfect talking video, then I would just probably be so paralyzed by perfectionism that in the end there wouldn't be any videos at all. So this is the philosophy and the route I chose for this channel for now, and judging from the growth and the comment that I'm getting, I guess it was a pretty good it's a pretty good approach for now. One last thing I want to talk about before wrapping up this video is also a question I got from you, and it's about how other people react when I film these videos, and if I ever got any like negative comments, or if anyone ever got angry or something. And the answer to that is no. Some people look at me a little bit weird, but that's about it. Like, no one has ever said anything, no one has ever stopped me from filming everywhere, and especially when I shoot in more busier areas of town, everybody's just so preoccupied with their own stuff or looking at their phone or whatever, so most people don't even notice that I'm there. And even when I was shooting with the much bigger camera and the big stabilizer, it felt like 90% of those around me, they never even noticed that I was there. So I guess that's a testament to how busy everybody is in this modern society these days. But so far all good. And I mean, I'm trying to be mindful. I don't want to really be obnoxious and point the camera towards people in a way that can make them uncomfortable. There's no reason for me to do that. I just want to capture what's going on in the city around me and the way it happens, and I'm also trying to be as respectful as I can, and especially if I notice that someone is in a vulnerable position, or if someone has fallen, or once I passed like a some guy was just being carried out to an ambulance, and of course I didn't point the camera in that direction at that moment, because I think that would be very disrespectful, and that's definitely not something I think anyone should be doing. I just want to document the life that goes on around me, and yeah, I don't think that many people have any problems with that. Also, photography and filming in, some of you ask me to shoot inside shops and inside restaurants, etc., and that's a pretty tricky question, and I'm not sure if I can do that. Like, to do that, I would need a permission from the owner and also everyone who's featured in the footage, and that would just be a big hassle to obtain. So that's not gonna happen anytime soon, I think. But other than that, yeah, just filming on the streets like this is pretty. It's usually fine here in Japan. I haven't really heard about anyone getting in trouble for doing so. But if any of you have any other experience or insights on this issue, please let me know in the comments below, because it would be very interesting to hear about that. But yeah, I think that will be it for this video. And again, thank you so much for watching and listening. And if you have any question about anything related to Japan or this channel, don't hesitate to write it in a comment below. Thank you very much. Now I will grab a disgusting canned coffee from this vending machine. Thanks and bye.